What? Did you hear that?
Yes.
It's the same sound I heard earlier when I asked if there's someone in the hallway.
There was someone on the... There was... Out of focus. The
Yeah.
focus is now.
That's exactly the same place I looked with the camera when I asked if there's someone in the hallway.
So it was really a nice, busy, bustling community until the railway station shut down in the late 70s, early 80s, when it became a ghost town. Until Andre and I bought the hotel in 94 and then just restored the buildings and started reviving the business. In the Boer War, this was the private lounge in those days. And you can see on those photos, that is where the Boer War generals met. They met here to discuss how they are going to break the news to the Buddha that they are going to sign the peace treaty now. And
Wow.
they're going to, you know, give up. So, and then Ghandi visited our town. It was quite a thing.
Oh, I read about it.
Yes, he went on his peace march from Charlestown near Fortress to Johannesburg. And as he went along, the crowds became bigger and bigger, and when it became between Val and Tigwe, they actually put him in jail because they thought that was going to cause a riot. You know, if it was today, it would have caused a riot, but then everybody dispersed and went home, and he spent the night in jail at Val. So if you want peace and quiet, you want to read a book, or you just want to laze about and do nothing, this is where you come. And if you have to be entertained, there's a lot of sites to see in the area, like the Boer War monuments that has been erected, and a lot of interesting places to visit in the area. We have a little map to show you where you can go if you want to have a picnic at the Whiskey Train Monument or something like that. Our Rita Brits festival is great. That's always at the end of March, where we have a reenactment of the Whiskey Train incident at the monument.
Yes.
And then we just have a big party because we're celebrating the peace.
Welcome to another episode of Phoenix Paranormal. Who are you?
Charmaine, and we are at the Val Hotel. And we're on our way to the cemetery first.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Stefan Gous.
Chantal. Net hij afgegaan. Ja.
What the fudge? Hij heeft toch niet de hele avond afgegaan nie?
Engels.
Sorry, it hasn't gone off the entire evening. And all of a sudden when we start,
Okay.
Arne, we've got history of this town, but we don't have any paranormal claims. There are claims, but we decided not to find out. Tomorrow morning, the owner Rita, P.S. Rita, thank you so much for your hospitality, is going to fill us up.
Is there anyone here? It's freezing.
is a bit dodgy. I don't know, for me there's two elements. On the one side, it's their final resting place, so I don't want to interfere with that. I mean, give them their credit.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I don't think that's not where they passed on, so
No.
I can't think that anyone's soul like we said, we're not coming to investigate due to the wind and weather. We just came to have a look and pay our respects. Do you hear that?
Yeah. It's a crow. Look careful.
Couldn't make it out, but I heard someone. This is how it looks like without any lights on. You can't see anything around you. Check timestamp 30 seconds.
Ja, hy was te agter.
Ek kon sweer ek het nou toe ek hier afstap. 'n vroue praat.
'n Vroue laag.
Praat. Fluister. Was that light on? That's exactly why I heard it. And we gave the keys back to the man. Then let's open it. I wonder what happened in room 4.
Okay, so what's happening is Arno heard a female's voice earlier. And we just want to make sure no one's in here. But I see there's a whole history about this. The walls of this room was decorated by Conrad Frederick Gino, 1875 to 1935. So this is the original wall that he actually decorated a lot of places. Even at Barberton, he even sat under the hanging tree where numerous unruly prospectors met the end. I know that's also very haunted.
Springs Library.
No, that hanging
That's
tree.
probably Stefan.
Interesting.
Okay, but we're going to switch the lights on.
A lot of artifacts in this space that's very old. Brought over from many generations. And this was the first room in the old hotel. Most movement in the bar area as well. And then this was the dance area. So I think this is a good place to set up and connect.
Where do you want to start? Again, we have absolutely no claims of anything. Now the EMF quick.
Is that the office or what's... The The office was previously known as the Private Lounge. It was here that the Boer War generals met to discuss the possibility of signing the peace treaty of Vereniging.
Vrede van Vereniging. Every single time. Everywhere we go, that comes up.
Yeah.
And the ironic part is, I asked Ludwig earlier, while we were interviewing him in this room, I asked him whether he knows if anything was to do with the Vrede of Vereniging. Because I read up, obviously it was discussed here, but I wasn't sure which room.
Yeah.
So it's ironic.
Yeah.
Is I asked Ludwig earlier, while we were interviewing him in this room, I asked Ludwig earlier, while we were interviewing him in this room, I asked him.
Did you like having parties here? I think by playing the piano it stirs up energy because it recreates what may have been experienced during those years.
That's exactly why I did that.
Is there someone in the hallway? It's the same sound I heard earlier when I asked if there's someone in the hallway.
Was someone on there was out of focus. The
Yeah.
focus is now.
That's exactly the same place I looked with the camera when I asked if there's someone in the hallway. Yep.
Is there anyone in this house with us? You hear that?
Yeah.
I hear a dog barking though.
No, while the dog was barking, it was like a
Doof doof. Yeah.
That wasn't music or...
Again.
There.
Again.
It was like a heartbeat. Can you do that again? I keep hearing it.
Yeah. There's a lot of cold spots. Witched.
They came from here somewhere. Dude, what was that doof doof sound? It sounded like a heartbeat to me. Like doo doo, doo doo.
Yeah. It was subtly.
Is there anyone in this hotel that wants to communicate?
Okay. Noted. I don't know, it sounded like room number 4.
Is there anyone in this hotel that wants to communicate?
I also think it's more towards that little entrance area there.
Okay, note there was a strange light anomaly flying down from that side we we heard the noise down here by me. What did she hear?
This device can help us see you. If you sit in the chair or stand next to it if you want to, you will see a picture of yourself on the computer screen. That you can communicate with us. The one is the Connect. So please feel free, if you want to chat, if you want to get us our attention, either sit in one of these chairs, please feel comfortable. It is
10. Stir things up. Just need a few notes on the piano again.
I'll do my best, because this is the only bloody thing I know.
Oh. So you do like it when he plays the piano?
Ek is out of tune, ek speel ek al 4 jaar.
Can you take a tune drop?
Do you like it when we play music? Are you a fan of music? Did you dance here in this hall?
Wow.
Ek sweer ek, ja, wow.
I had a huge awe
Ja.
going past Chantal. Maar die ding is, hoeveel van hierdie geluide is van die koue?
Look, we have had a lot of locations where we didn't hear anything, so there could be an EVP that to prove us wrong.
We also had no interactions, you know, I was asking questions or except the EMF needs are going off at times,
But there was no pattern, it was just random.
It was random.
Which makes me think it's most probably power fluctuations that makes the EMF go off.
Yeah.
Let's take Merce Castle for example. With Merce Castle, there was a conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
1 for yes, 2 for no. We had an entire conversation and asking questions. I mean, the EMF didn't go off once. What I saw on the Connect, and I went out of my way tonight I saw it in the hallway, I saw the reflection of the Connect as well. When Stefan was sitting there was nothing.
Yeah.
Now, we could be proven wrong, don't misunderstand me. There could be something here, something intelligent, and it's maybe not used to us, and maybe it's used to Rita.
Yeah.
But up until we review the evidence, for me, I had no personal experiences. I mean, comparing this to all the other locations.
I think the only person is Stefan had one, but
Yeah, when we were there, when we started basically.
yeah.
Yes, when you felt your
And then
one side got
the
called.
kinetic now as well. When I was standing there, there was a light on my back, and it looked like something moved past it, like just the light went away and then it came back on. And I was checking it all the time. That thing was off. It's like, I think it's the bar door light. It looked like something moved past there.
Okay, then we'll review that.
Yeah, but it was while I was standing in front of the Connect. So if you want to, when you review it,
Okay.
it's not while I was sitting, it's when I was standing in front of it.
And I was sitting at the computer with the UPS going, and then all of a sudden I became aware of something that sounds like heavy breathing. And I thought it was the UPS for a moment, but then I thought, no, that sounds unnatural. And then I just ran out and made myself scarce. And then once I had an interview with a bride, and I was seated talking to her, so out of the corner of my eye, I could feel somebody looking at me. And when I looked up, there was somebody standing at the piano, just like this, looking at us. And but you know, it's one of those things, as soon as you look, they disappear. And then room 4, was that occupied last night?
That's the one where the light was on.
Okay, so, and now is it off again?
Yes, we switched everything off.
Okay. So the family was seated here one night, and we were just having a glass of wine and joking and fooling around. And as the night progressed, you know, one would get up and go to the loo and so on, and then rejoin the company. And then I heard the toilet flush in room 4, and didn't take much notice, but then all of a sudden I realized we were all seated at the table, so nobody could have gone to the toilet. This story's been going on for many years, but last week I heard, I'm writing the book on the history of Val.
Okay.
And a lady contacted me, and she said her father, during the Second World War, her father was dressed in a khaki uniform because he was from the Home Guard. Now the Home Guard was not the soldiers that went overseas, they stayed at home. And he had to supervise the Italian prisoners of war. So some of them were in the Oslo Brandwehr and some of them joined the war. And her father was killed execution style in front of the station. And her mother was waiting for him to come home, and he never came home. And he was found next to his bicycle at the station, at the old station.
I don't know. I first thought it sounded like someone, you know, when a TV is on in the room, doors closed and everything,
Yeah.
like muffled.